I'm Steve Mottram. I'm the Managing Director of Technology in Motion. We see a lot of babies with a condition called Plagiocephaly. This is a head-shaped deformity and it happens between birth and usually about 3 or 4 months. And what happens is that the head becomes deformed on one side or across the back. This doesn't always self-correct, and what we do is provide a little helmet similar to this one, and this sits on the baby's head and allows the head to grow back into a much more normal and natural shape.
Hello, my name's Sandy Waddle and I'm the Director of Clinical Services at Technology in Motion. Steve and I have extensive experience in working with babies with plagiocephaly. We've treated over 4,000 babies now in the UK. Plagiocephaly is when you have a flatness on the one side of the head, and brachycephaly is when it's flat across, right across the head. So we ask a series of questions just to build a picture up as to why this has happened. After I've asked the questions, I would then measure the baby's head. We'd look over the top of the baby's head and we would take a measurement from the celium, which is just at the top of the nose, to the back of the head called the occiput. And we would work out from that the width over the length, which is called the cranial ratio. After I do my initial assessment, I would then scan the baby just to show the parents what the baby's head looks like on the scan. And if the baby requires treatment, I would then tell the parents exactly what that would entail. We monitor the babies depending on age, either fortnightly or monthly. After the scan and the parents have decided that they wish to go ahead with treatment, we would fit the helmet 2 weeks later. At that appointment, we would make sure that the ears were clear and that the helmet was sitting comfortably on the baby's head. And at each visit, I would measure the baby's head and just assess and see how we've improved. We alter the helmet every time we have a visit also, and we alter from the inside of the helmet.
I noticed that his head was going flat around 7 weeks old, and I've already got another son who's had a helmet as well when he was 7 months old, so I've been through this procedure before.
He had severe brachycephaly and plagiocephaly. He was born with it and he was having physio as soon as he was born, under a specialist at our hospital. Then we made the decision to put him in a helmet, and we've seen massive improvements since we have.
Our concern was the back of the head was flat, and it was pushing the sides above her ears. If you can do it, then I'd recommend having the treatment done, because in the long run you've got to think about the babies.
My concerns were that his head would get worse if he didn't seek any treatment, and that it would affect his facial expressions.
The way he was, he'd never be able to wear like a bike helmet, a hat, glasses, anything like that, because his head was so bad. But now, he can wear hats. You can see it straight away because it's such an improvement.
Completely doesn't notice that it's there, and he's really happy to have it on and doesn't really notice it at all.
No problems at all.
It's setting a future for the corner, isn't it?
Just make the appointment, come down, see for yourself.
I dealt with Steve initially last time, and he was absolutely fantastic. He really, went through everything, because I was quite anxious before, wanting to know, what would happen and what the results would be. But it was great. I couldn't thank him enough.
We always get an excellent result. The parents that we see are always delighted, and we know that it makes a real difference to these children's lives. Technology in Motion's home base is Leeds, and we have clinics throughout the country. We're always delighted with the response that we get from our clients. They come to see us often with great doubts as to whether or not we can help them, and we do our very best.
Parents are 100% satisfied, all of them, because we do get improvement.